In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
As the 2024 campaign heats up, Donald Trump makes headlines with bold messages aimed at women. What do his comments really mean for women's rights? Are they just political strategies, or do they reflect genuine beliefs? Let's dive right into it.
The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead.
When Donald Trump left the White House in 2021, it was anything but a quiet exit. Controversy followed him, from the Capitol riots to his claims of election fraud. But Trump, never one to shy away from the spotlight, didn't disappear. He kept a strong presence in politics, fueling speculation about a potential comeback. Fast forward to 2024, and Trump has officially launched his bid for a second term, reviving the slogan, "Make America Great Again." His campaign is focused on promises of securing borders, cutting taxes, and restoring America's energy independence. He's banking on loyal supporters while trying to appeal to new voters. But things took a shocking turn when Trump was targeted in an assassination attempt.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
This event sent shockwaves across the political world, raising questions about security and the intensity of political divisions. However, Trump, ever resilient, bounced back, using the incident to fuel his campaign and reinforce his message of strength. He framed it as proof that he's standing up to forces that want to see him fail, whether they're political opponents or external threats. Now, as the 2024 campaign heats up, Trump is in full force, rallying his base with fiery speeches and promises of restoring law and order. This time, he's going full-on protector mode, telling female voters, "I will be your protector." Trump's recent promise to protect women isn't just some random statement he threw out there. Nope, there's a strategy behind it.
Not only will we stop our businesses from leaving for foreign lands, but under my leadership, we're going to.
He's aiming to connect with voters who are into more traditional family structures, the kind where men are seen as protectors and women are, well, the ones being protected. It's not just men in that group, but a large number of women too. Many women support these old-school gender roles. Now, I know what you're thinking. Doesn't this sound a bit outdated? Well, you're not alone. Political strategists from both parties are scratching their heads, wondering if this protector thing is going to do more harm than good. Because while some women might be nodding along, a whole lot of others are going, "No thanks, I don't need protecting, especially not from you, Mr. Trump." Especially when, let's not forget, the guy's been found liable for sexual abuse in a New York civil case and faces allegations from dozens of women for sexual misconduct.
I always thought women liked me. I never thought I had a problem. But the fake news keeps saying women don't like me. I don't believe it.
Republican pollster Christine Matthews said that most women would find the idea of needing protection from any man, let alone Trump, to be clumsy, dated, and irrelevant. Honestly, it's not just irrelevant, it's kinda cringe, right? They said. Here's a guy who's got a pretty shaky track record with women, claiming he's going to keep us safe and happy. As if that's what we're all sitting around thinking about. It's giving major 50s sitcom dad vibes, like father knows best.
So many incredible friends and family here tonight. It's such a beautiful thing. Some people say, how do you speak before so many people all the time? And there's love in the room. It's really easy if you want to know that. Really.
Now here's the deeper strategy. Trump's going all in on trying to reduce the gap he's got with female voters, particularly with Vice President Kamala Harris leading among them by double digits in most polls. To this, Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania says, "You will no longer be abandoned, lonely, or scared. You will no longer be in danger. You will be protected, and I will be your protector." And then he goes on, "Women will be healthy, happy, confident, and free. You will no longer be thinking about abortion."
President, I have to be your protector. You will no longer be abandoned, lonely, or scared. Women will be happy, healthy.
No longer thinking about abortion? That's a bold statement, considering how many women are still reeling from the Supreme Court's 2022 Dobbs decision that overturned the constitutional right to abortion. It's like a super casual brush-off of a huge issue that's affecting millions of women.
Women shouldn't trust you on the issue of abortion because you've changed your position so many times. Therefore, why should they trust you?
Well, the reason I'm doing that vote is because the plan is, as you know, the vote is, they have abortion in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor of West Virginia, not the current governor, who's doing an excellent job, but the governor before, he said the baby will be born and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that, because that predominates, because they're radical. The Democrats are radical in that.
Trump is betting big on the fact that women, especially in the polls, are showing more anxiety about their lives and society in general. The thing is, he's focusing that anxiety on physical security. He's leaning into this narrative that crime and undocumented immigrants are the big bad threats, and he's the only one who can protect women from them.
People start leaving. People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go. The people that do go, she's bussing them in and paying them to be there. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country.
But, and this is important, polls show that isn't the main thing driving anxiety for women. It's more about their rights, their freedoms, and what opportunities they'll have in society moving forward. Many women feel like the world's gotten a bit shaky for them, but not in the way Trump thinks. A lot of them point to Trump himself as part of the problem.
I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you. You will not hear him talk about your needs, your dreams, and your desires.
When Trump talks about protection, it's more about affirming traditional gender roles than anything else. He's pretty much saying that men are the protectors, women are the nurturers, and everything works better when people just stay in their lanes. But that's not really how most voters see the world anymore. Take this stat, for example. In a Pew Research Center poll, 83% of Trump-supporting men and 55% of Trump-supporting women said the obstacles that used to hold women back in society are pretty much gone now. And get this, 60% of Trump men and 54% of Trump women believe that society is better off when people prioritize marriage and having kids. Some even say they're not super comfortable with women who don't take their husbands' last names. This whole protector narrative is Trump's way of signaling that he's on board with the worldview of evangelical Christians, who already support him in huge numbers. But the problem? That's not who he needs to win over. He needs suburban women, and they're not exactly buying what he's selling. For many women, this talk of protection comes off more as control, and that's where Trump's plan could backfire. Democratic pollster Celinda Lake, she said that what older women might hear as protection, younger women hear as control. And honestly, they don't want to put any man in control of their lives, especially not Donald Trump. He's already got a major weakness with women who are focused on protecting their autonomy, especially when it comes to issues like abortion. And for many, Trump's role in making the Supreme Court's Dobbs decision happen is enough to push them away from him for good. Former First Lady Melania Trump's recent comments on women's rights, particularly her support for abortion rights, have stirred a mix of reactions across political lines.
Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right. What does my body, my choice really mean?
Donald Trump clarified that while he respected his wife's perspective, his own stance on abortion, particularly his role in overturning Roe v. Wade, remains unchanged. He emphasized that abortion is now a state-level issue, allowing individual states to legislate on the matter as they see fit, rather than enforcing a nationwide ban.
The view is now that we have abortion where everybody wanted it from a legal standpoint, the states will determine by vote, and whatever they decide, the law of the state.
Despite Melania's defense of a woman's right to choose, reproductive rights advocates remain skeptical, questioning her timing and the impact her comments might have. Critics, including Alexis McGill Johnson from Planned Parenthood, view her stance as a potential ploy to sway voters, suggesting that her late support for abortion rights comes at a time when reproductive freedoms are a major concern for many voters. Melania Trump's statements against her husband's record on abortion have fueled concerns that the former First Lady's position may confuse or mislead voters, especially as the 2024 election draws nearer. Meanwhile, conservative groups like Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America have expressed disappointment in Melania Trump's remarks. Marjorie Dannenfelser, president of the organization, doubled down on the belief that abortion is not a source of liberation for women and that their strength comes from protecting life, not terminating it. These criticisms illustrate the growing tension between Melania's personal views and the political reality of her husband's presidency, during which significant anti-abortion measures were put into place. As the campaign season heats up, it remains to be seen how this divergence between the Trump's personal and political views will impact voters' decisions, particularly those who may feel conflicted about abortion rights.
The future belongs to the people who follow their heart no matter what the critics say.
So, at the end of the day, here's what we've got. Trump is trying to present himself as a protector of women, playing up traditional gender roles and focusing on physical security. But the real concerns for many women today are about their rights, freedoms, and opportunities, things they feel are actually at risk, and not from immigrants or crime, but from people like Trump himself. While Trump might pick up a few votes from older, non-college educated women who resonate with his message, he's risking a major backlash from single, college-educated, younger, and Black women who see him as more of a threat to their rights than a protector. And honestly, that's going to be a tough gap for him to close. As the 2024 campaign unfolds, Trump's statements continue to spark debate. Will his message resonate with women voters, or will it backfire? Only time will tell. But what do you think? Is Trump's protector message going to land with female voters, or is it more likely to push them away? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time. Thanks for watching.